In the royal family, same-sex twins are considered inauspicious. Only one of the same-sex twins can stay in the palace. The other must be sent to the bitterly cold frontier, destined never to marry or have children. Thus, I, who originally could have stayed, was chosen by my mother consort before I left. The emperor specifically came to see me. Bring the child here. Let me see just how terrible her birthmark is. She'll actually scare consort Shu into fainting. Is it my imperial father? How is my beautiful birthmark scary? Besides, these birthmarks. Shocked, he almost dropped me. The emperor raised his eyes and asked Eunuch Yuan beside him, "Did you hear any sound?" Eunuch Yuan was visibly stunned. To reply to your majesty, this servant heard nothing. He looked down at me in the swaddle. He truly is the son of heaven. To actually be able to hear his daughter's inner voice. My imperial father is indeed handsome and elegant, heroic and extraordinary. I waved my little hands and feet as I danced around. Emperor Donghua clearly saw the mottled red and green birthmarks on my body. This child's sense of aesthetics seems to have a huge problem with these birthmarks all over. Green on the left, red on the right. Even if she is a princess, finding a marriage for her when she grows up will be a big problem. I didn't expect the usually foolish consort Shu to make the right choice this time. It's better to send away one who can't be married off. I wanted to. Emperor Donghua lowered his head, pondering where to send this daughter. Suddenly, he felt a flash of green before his eyes. He felt a sting on his face. He had been slapped. Before he could lose his temper, he heard the little one in his arms speak again. As long as my green hand touches someone, I can know the merits and faults of their entire life. Let me see what kind of person imperial father is. Ah, what a pity. Such a diligent and good emperor is actually short-lived. How audacious. Calling him short-lived. Eunuch Yuan. Take her away. She is never allowed to enter the palace again. Sigh. Why am I being exiled to the frontier again? I don't want to go to the desert. Although he doesn't have many years left to live since I'm here, at least let me experience a princess's life. Look at my hands and feet flailing, crying out loud. So annoying. A baby disliked by the emperor isn't worth his care. Eunuch Yuan, with one hand, tightly clamped me down, and with the other tried to cover my mouth. His movements were rough. Suddenly, a flash of green, and he got a slap in the face from me. Ouch, what kind of baby is this? Why is she so strong? It actually hurts. The eunuch's malicious eyes stared fiercely at me in his arms. Little brat. Just wait until we are out of the emperor's sight. See if I don't skin you alive. I was frightened by the eunuch's malicious gaze. I forgot to cry for a moment. When my brain received the system information, I shouted at the emperor on the dragon chair. But hearing this, he still pricked up his ears. Could this green hat be what he thinks it is? Who calling you? Wait. Bring the child back. Please don't abandon me. I'm very good. Returning to Emperor Zhongwen's arms, I desperately clung to his clothes and cried. This trick actually worked a little. Emperor Zhongwen is 30 this year and only has 2 sons. The eldest son is 10, the youngest is 5. The one in his arms is his newly gained daughter. Crying sound, wah wah wah. Hurry to the imperial hospital and call imperial physician Li. Check on the princess. Why? Emperor Zhongwen was extremely annoyed by the child's crying, but he still wanted to hear. What else this child could say when imperial physician Li arrived? He saw the emperor in his dragon robe, carefully holding a baby in the grand hall. Seeing the physician arrive, he quickly handed over the hot potato in his hands. Quickly see why the princess keeps crying. Is she feeling unwell? The imperial physician obeyed. Everyone else stepped down. Eunuch Yuan, who was guarding on the side, didn't move in this situation. He doesn't need to step down. He is the emperor's trusted aide. Eunuch Yuan. You too. Eunuch Yuan was stunned. Although confused, he immediately obeyed and stepped down. The physician placed his hand on my exposed left wrist and couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Practicing medicine for so many years, I've really never seen such a green birthmark. When my green hand touched the physician, the system automatically operated. He is a great person. A healer with a benevolent heart, saving the dying and healing the wounded. A true national master. Your Majesty. The little princess is fine. She's crying, probably because she wet herself. The physician touched the wet diaper, being covered up so uncomfortably. How could the child not cry? Embarrassing. I couldn't hold it. I just had milk, so naturally, there's a lot of pee. Emperor Zhongwen was very embarrassed. Looking at the wet patch on his hand, he thought it was sweat, but he had actually touched pee. What an eye-opener today. Got slapped in the face and peed all over. This little fellow is truly audacious. After washing his hands, Emperor Donghua looked at the imperial physician and said, Imperial physician Li, did you bring tools? This subject brought silver needles. Check if there is any problem with the food on the table. Yes, your majesty. This was no small matter. Imperial physician Li quickly took out his tools and inspected carefully, not missing a single suspicious spot. However, the more he checked, the more unsure he became. He checked everything but found no issues. Beads of sweat constantly rolled down his face. A quarter of an hour later. This old subject is incompetent. I could not find anything. Of course you couldn't find anything. That fake eunuch isn't stupid. He's like a toad, he doesn't bite, but he disgusts people. He spit on all the food my imperial father loves to eat. Sitting in his wheelchair, Emperor Donghua angrily smashed a teacup. This terrified imperial physician Li, who was kneeling on the ground. Spare my life, your majesty. Imperial physician Li knelt with his head bowed, his body trembling uncontrollably. Emperor Donghua was not a tyrant who killed the innocent indiscriminately. He waved his hand, gesturing for Li to step down. Step down. You know what should and shouldn't be said, right? I understand. This humble subject takes his leave. Get out. Looking at the sleeping ... He felt like vomiting. Emperor Donghua looked down at the soundly sleeping me. He was now certain I wasn't a jinx, but a lucky star sent by heaven to protect his empire. Emperor Donghua dangerously narrowed his eyes. When Eunuch Yuan walked in, he saw the emperor glaring at him, looking as if he wanted to kill him. Accompanying the sovereign is like accompanying a tiger. It must be because he made the little princess cry earlier. This servant is guilty. I frightened the princess. Please punish me, your majesty. The emperor directly lost his temper. Get out! Emperor Donghua told himself not to alert the enemy before finding the mastermind behind this. He had to quickly find out which concubine dared to cuckold him and exterminate her entire clan. With that thought, the emperor held me, pacing around the hall, coaxing me while trying to calm his anger. After he completely calmed down, he saw that I had fallen asleep in his arms. The now calm Emperor Donghua began to ponder. Who had the power to place Eunuch Yuan by his side? Looking across the entire harem, there were only a few. Couldn't the little princess see the red string of fate, then let her follow the string to find out exactly who had such immense audacity? Eunuch Shi passed down my decree. In 1 chicken 2 hours, hold a palace banquet to celebrate our joyful welcoming of the princess. All concubines in the harem must attend. The maternal families of noble consorts and above must also be civil and military officials. Pick the currently active ones to invite. A baby's cry suddenly broke the silence. Wah! I'm so hungry. I want milk. My butt is so cold. To think I've regressed too, the age where I can't even control my own bowels. This is really... Emperor Donghua's mouth twitched. She really dares to complain. Someone come. The little princess is awake. Serve the princess, change her clothes, and feed her milk. Are they bullying a baby who can't speak? Which goddamned person? ... actually pinched me. The door was fiercely kicked open. He strode in, radiating a fierce, hostile aura. Terrified, I, who had been crying non-stop, instantly Emperor Donghua walked straight towards me. On my inner thigh, he found several crescent-shaped marks. These were fingernail pinches. Who gave you the audacity to harm the little princess? Drag them out and beat them to death. Spare us, your majesty. Spare us, your majesty. Seeing the emperor look confused, Eunuch Shi quickly stepped forward and explained, Your Majesty, this he watching is the daughter of the Minister of Revenue. The Minister of Revenue ... How audacious! Send he watching back. Tell Lord He that we cannot afford to employ his daughter. As for the others ... beat them to death. I was just pinched a few times. How did it cost several people their lives? Don't kill them. It doesn't hurt anymore, really. She just lightly pinched me ... Please spare them. Emperor Donghua did not follow my wishes to pardon the maid's death penalty. But seeing how obviously frightened I was, Emperor Donghua sighed, as if speaking to himself. And as if explaining to me, he said, You were born into the imperial family. You can be willful. But you cannot be so careless ... that you end up losing your life. Moreover, imperial authority cannot be profaned. It was their fault first. With he watching acting like this, her ending won't necessarily be good. As for those maids who were beaten to death, the ones other than he watching all ... knew clearly that she was disrespecting the princess, yet did not stop her. At the same time, at the banquet hall, the banquet has been going on for a chicken now, hasn't it? Why hasn't the emperor appeared yet? Keep your voice down. Didn't you see the Empress's face is so dark it looks like water could drip from it. She's just a princess born of a concubine. Back when the Empress gave birth to the crown prince, it wasn't even like this. I heard the Emperor hasn't come yet, because the princess hasn't fallen asleep. All for a mere baby. Making so many important court officials wait. It's outrageous. Do you have a death wish?
这时，喜公公走进大殿，对着众人大声说道。
The Emperor arrives. Emperor Zhongwen, holding me himself, sat in his wheelchair. He swept a majestic gaze over the hall and slowly spoke. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Today, we rejoice in gaining a good daughter. This is the little princess. We are very pleased. Congratulations, Your Majesty. On joyfully welcoming the princess. Good, all is good. Let the banquet begin. Emperor Zhongwen looked at the soft little me in his arms. He remembered how the crown prince was exceptionally intelligent right after birth and liked shiny things. We remember. That last time, the envoy from the Eastern Dynasty paid tribute with a fist-sized luminous pearl. Go and fetch it. We will use it as a little night lamp for the princess. Hearing that the Emperor was going to give such a precious luminous pearl to me, everyone was even more astonished. Emperor Zhongwen placed the luminous pearl in my hand. Immediately, my happy tears rang in his ears. Is this a luminous pearl? So pretty, my eyes sparkled with delight. Emperor Zhongwen's anxious heart finally settled. His daughter deserves the best in the world. Everyone is looking to see who I am. Unfortunately, a baby's vision is too limited. I could only crane my neck to look in one direction. Emperor Zhongwen looked in the direction I was looking and met the Empress's eyes. Meeting her gentle gaze, all his annoyance from the day melted away. His Empress was the one he fell in love with at first sight back when he was a prince. The Empress was noble and elegant. He begged the late Emperor to grant their marriage. After ascending the throne, he immediately crowned her Empress, and shortly after, made their first child the Crown Prince. It's a pity that the Crown Prince died of a cold at the age of 3. After that, no matter how hard they tried, the Empress never got pregnant again. The Empress slowly walked to the Emperor's side, reached out to take the princess, and examined her carefully. She is growing so well. Chubby and fair, Emperor Zhongwen shook his head and smiled bitterly. His daughter only had a pretty face. The unseen parts under the swaddle were terrifying. Kai Wei, bring the longevity lock I prepared for the princess. I immediately threw away the luminous pearl, using all my strength to hug the longevity lock tightly. It's gold, and it's solid gold. Wow, the Emperor and Empress are so rich. I really want to enjoy these good days for a few more years. I've decided. I will work hard to help Imperial Father and change his fate.
让他长命百岁。宋文帝不断点头，果然还是女儿好。她专属的贴心小棉袄。
I got carried away for a moment and started dancing with joy again. My hand touched her.
啪的一声打在皇后脸上。
Oh, the Empress cried out. Her hands let go, and I fell straight down. Fortunately, the Emperor was quick-eyed and quick-handed, catching me right before I hit the ground. A newborn just 1 day old. If I had really hit the ground, I would be dead or crippled. Emperor Zhongwen was just about to reprimand the Empress when he heard my exclamation in his ear. But what I said next was something he would never forget for the rest of his life. So the Empress is the ultimate mastermind. That fake eunuch's red string of fate is actually connected to the Empress's foot. Imperial Father, you have to be careful of this woman. The Empress hates you. She hates you so much. The Emperor felt dizzy for a moment. Is what his daughter saying true? Emperor Zhongwen had suspected everyone, but he never expected it to be the Empress, simply because he knew that the Empress loved him to the bone. The atmosphere was very tense. No one dared to breathe heavily. She was almost. How could you accidentally drop the child? A newborn just 1 day old. How can she withstand a fall? After speaking, he looked at eunuch Xi beside him. The Empress has lost her virtue. Confine her to Jingren Palace to reflect on her mistakes for half a year. But how could Emperor Zhongwen listen to anything at this moment? He waved his hand, and palace servants immediately came to escort the Empress away. The Empress cared about her face, seeing the Emperor completely ignoring her. She was so furious, she forgot all her etiquette and left the hall. Emperor Zhongwen was in a chaotic state of mind when he felt a sudden warm dampness on his chest. His daughter had peed on him again. Take the princess down to change her clothes. You all eat first. We will be back in a moment. Once the Emperor and Empress left, the emboldened noble consorts left their seats and headed towards their maternal families. They were actually quite grateful to the princess, not seeing their families all year round. It would be a lie to say today, the Emperor showed grace by summoning their maternal clans. It was a rare opportunity for the concubines to reunite with their families, and they were truly overjoyed. In the side chamber, the father and daughter were changing clothes. The Emperor ordered the maids to change the princess's clothes right nearby. He desperately wanted to know why the Empress had done this. Was it Imperial Father in order to consolidate his imperial power? Who took action to kill the crown prince? Is he such a ruthless person? Emperor Zhongwen trembled with anger. His original wife actually didn't trust him. The rumor of the emperor killing his son was told by the empress's own father. Between her lover and her family, the empress chose her family.
为什么不选择自己呢？身在其中，眼睛和心都是用来装饰的吗？
The crown prince fell ill. ... And the crown prince position in the court remained vacant. The empress, she,
已经是辅军大将军正二品。
Liu Zi also wanted to advance further in the court. Back then,
3岁，太子外族手握兵权，哪个
no emperor would.
同意的？所以，太子到底是挡了谁的刀？
Foolish.
皇后偏偏就信了害死孩子凶手的话，可笑又可悲。不只是皇后愚蠢，她和皇后一样愚蠢。
Liu Zi vying for military power and killing the crown prince. His wolfish ambitions are glaringly obvious. If he hadn't heard his little daughter's inner voice today, he would have had no defenses at all. Realizing this, Emperor Zhongwen broke out in a cold sweat.
幸好，
Fortunately, there's still time now. The Liu family better wash their necks clean. Gathering his emotions, he asked the palace servants to send the little princess back to Chuhua Palace. Emperor Zhongwen returned to the palace banquet. His mood was exceptionally good. After drinking a few cups of wine, he raised his cup and walked down from the high platform. Do you have any matters that you need us to handle for you? Everyone looked at each other. No one dared to move. Old Prime Minister would check the Emperor's expression, sighed, and stepped forward. Reporting to your majesty, there is one matter. This subject does not know if he should speak. Since we asked you, just say it. Tell us your most difficult trouble, so we can be happy. This subject's only son is already, double quotes, ... but he simply won't marry and have children. Wants your majesty to help introduce a match, to find a wife for my disappointing son, our family ...
不能断在他手里啊！
角落里喝酒正欢的一个年轻男子匆忙过来，跪地叩首。
皇上，别听我爹乱说。
I'm not refusing to marry. I just haven't met anyone who moves my heart. If she cannot make my heart rejoice ...
皇上赐婚我也是不干的。你个孽畜，怎么敢这样和皇上说话？
Oh, your majesty, this old subject has failed your trust. I can't even manage my own son. As he spoke, the old prime minister actually shed tears of sorrow. Your son's matter. We will settle it. Rest assured, this was exactly his daughter's domain. His daughter could see the red strings of fate between people. Bring the little daughter over, and let her follow the red string to find a match for him. Someone come. Go to Chuhua Palace and bring the little princess over. Tell Consort Chu that we miss our daughter. Your majesty, is this appropriate? To toss the little princess around at this hour... The little princess is very precious. Even the empress was heavily punished just now. Our daughter is a blessed one. Let your son hold the princess to rub off some of her good fortune. We believe it won't be long before your wish comes true. This subject kowtows and thanks your majesty for the grace. Sure enough, seeing others suffer makes one feel much better. We are happy today. Are there any other matters? We will solve them all for you. Your majesty, this subject's daughter cannot conceive a child. This subject wants to take her home. Nonsense. Your majesty, this is Lordly from the Imperial Astronomy Bureau. There has been continuous torrential rain in Jia and he was just transferred up from the local province. Come forward and speak, Lord Li. Why ... Speak. Tell us.
宗文帝才看清，这是个瘦弱的小老头。
说说吧。
What is going on? My only daughter ... married off for 3 years. ... and hasn't been able to conceive a child. This subject wants to bring his daughter home. Do you feel your daughter is suffering at her in-laws' house? And want us to stand up for her?
气氛很尴尬，李聪不说话，只是跪在地上一个劲的磕头。
Your majesty, Lord Li has had too much to drink. Everyone in the world advises reconciliation. Who has ever heard of a father wanting his daughter to divorce? An official nearby, seeing Emperor Zhongwen's expression turning dark, wanted to pull Lord Li down. Your majesty, please grant this subject an edict.
让臣把女儿接回家吧。
宗文帝皱眉。
For my daughters.
也好拿上宫宴上说，真是有失分寸。
He greatly disdains such a daughter slave, a father overly doting on his daughter. Here I come again. I won't be. Now, how do you see me?
看透好几件大事的宗文帝，现在怎么看我？
Why are you so happy? Look how wonderful his daughter is. So young, yet so considerate and understanding. He really wanted to tell me that a baby's pee is nothing to fear. It's not dirty at all. From the corner of his eye, he glanced at Li Zong, who was still kneeling. What poor dog in the middle of the road? His daughter couldn't even get through.
只能不耐烦地和李聪说。
We grant it. We will give you an edict in a moment. We will also let the imperial ...
谢主隆恩。 谢主龙位。
李从跪地给皇上连磕了好几个头，才
He slowly got up and stepped aside, letting the palace servant carrying the princess deliver her to the emperor's arms. Emperor Zhongwen took his daughter. Then he saw Consort Shu, also dressed formally, following behind, holding a baby in her arms. It should be the elder daughter he hadn't met yet. Consort Shu. You just gave birth, why didn't you rest well? Your Majesty, this banquet is specifically held for the princess. This concubine, ... wanted to come and thank your Majesty personally. She tried to hand the elder princess to the emperor. Consort she wanted to keep both princesses, even though it was unlikely. As long as there was a slight chance, consort she wanted to try. Emperor Zhongwen also had the intention to see if this elder daughter, like the younger one, had some special abilities. We come and hold our little princess to gain some of her blessings so you can quickly find a wife. And give the Prime Minister a chubby grandson. Emperor Zhongwen smoothly took the elder princess from Consort Shu and examined her carefully. Not as pretty as the little daughter. Why is her skin so dark? Looks like a burnt briquette. Emperor Zhongwen gently patted the baby's cheek, trying to wake her up. To see if, like the little daughter, there would be an inner voice. But he was disappointed. His elder daughter was a heavy sleeper. No matter how he teased, in the end, he had to give up. There is a long future ahead. Chatting later would be the same. Consort Shu, take her. He handed the elder princess back to Consort Shu and leaned toward the little princess himself. Emperor Zhongwen watched as his daughter's two little hands alternately patted Li's face. Her little head nodded, as if she had discovered something interesting. A straight man from ancient times, with such a family background. The only son of the Prime Minister, still manages to ... turn himself into an old bachelor. Single entirely by his own doing. Let me take a good look. Such a thin red string. Hurry up and look. What is this? A hidden guard? Single? No. Better use the left hand to see. You haven't said it yet. The golden light of merit on his body is so massive. The color is truly beautiful. Yes, really wants me ... Emperor Zhongwen couldn't help but laugh out loud upon hearing this. A newborn of one day daring to call herself sister. After looking like this, in the next second, the little princess's eyelids started to droop, almost falling asleep. Your Majesty, please let this old subject hold the princess as well. This subject also wishes to gain some of the princesses. Emperor Zhongwen squeezed out a word from between his teeth. Refused. Wu had long been annoyed by the little princess's touch. Now that someone was eager to hold the child, he immediately handed the little princess over. He had seen it clearly. Just now, the princess had peed all over the emperor. The emperor had clothes to change into, but he didn't. If he left the palace reeking of urine, wouldn't he be a laughingstock? I was almost asleep. By reflex, I reached out my left hand. Who doesn't have a bit of a voyeuristic heart? As long as I press my left hand on someone, it's just like watching a TV drama. That person's lifetime merits and demerits appear right before my eyes. I am quite addicted to it. So, whenever there's a chance, I'll check as many as I can. Seeing me reach out my little hand, Li Zong, who had been observing nearby for a long time, understood my intention and actively lowered his head so my hand could touch his face. In just a split second, I was so terrified by the scene before my eyes that my whole body turned pale. The extreme fear made me forget to pull my hand back. I even forgot to cry, constantly receiving the entire lifetime merits and demerits of Li Zong. When Emperor Zhongwen noticed something was wrong with me, I was already so scared that I forgot to breathe. My little face had turned blue. Emperor Zhongwen carefully pulled me into his arms. Feeling the familiar heartbeat, I burst out crying. Wah! Seeing me breathe again, Emperor Zhongwen's suspended heart finally dropped. Li Zong knelt on the ground, constantly kowtowing and begging, Your Majesty, spare me! Your Majesty, spare me! Why do I feel a little smug inexplicably? At this moment, everyone in the Great Hall knelt on the ground, waiting for Emperor Zhongwen to speak. It's getting late. Everyone, disperse. At this moment, his heart was also extremely unsettled, because his daughter's inner voice right now was, rivers drying up, barren lands stretching for thousands of miles. This is a living hell. This isn't an earthly realm at all. It's a slaughterhouse for humanity. Corpses covering the fields. White bones exposed in the wilderness. Not a single rooster crowing for 1,000 miles. Why did you let me see such a scene? Lives ruined and people suffering. I don't want to see it. As a student on summer vacation, I've never seen such a tragic scene. I was truly terrified this time. Emperor Zhongwen could only hold his daughter and pace back and forth in the hall. He walked for a full quarter of an hour before finally coaxing me to sleep. Even so, I still couldn't be put down. If he put me down, I would cry. Having no choice, Emperor Zhongwen could only sit at the imperial desk holding me, pick up a brush, and write down the points I mentioned. Connecting these clues together, his daughter saw. That in the court, someone would force him to kill his own child. Wanting to reverse the mandate of heaven. No, that's not right. It's heaven saving him. Before natural disasters and man-made calamities strike, his little daughter has foreseen after everything became clear. Emperor Zhongwen shouted to the empty hall, Han Ren, come out to see us. There was no movement at all. Emperor Zhongwen felt he was acting quite foolishly. In a corner of the ceiling beam, there was a man in black, hesitating whether he should jump down to see the emperor. But the emperor called for Han Ren, and he wasn't Han Ren. To go down or not to go down, that was the question. Emperor Zhongwen, suppressing his anger, once more. Come out to see us. These Jinwei guards have incredible martial arts skill, but their brains just don't match. Every time he talked to them, he'd get angry. At this moment, a man in black jumped down from behind Emperor Zhongwen. Startled, Emperor Zhongwen almost threw out the little princess in his arms. Look at this. Every time they make an entrance, even though he was prepared for it, he would still be frightened by this group's entrance. Which one are you? Reporting to your majesty, Boss Han is resting. This servant is Han Shinner, ranking second among the Jinwei. Suddenly, Emperor Zhongwen felt very wrong. Even guards get days off. Yet, as the emperor of a nation, he works all year round without rest, and the heavens still send him troubles. Feeling sorry for himself for a moment, I want to see the file of the official from the Imperial Astronomy Bureau who we saw today, Li Zong, and that of his daughters-in-laws. The more detailed, the better. This servant obeys. In the blink of an eye, the black shadow disappeared. Emperor Zhongwen was speechless. Do they have to come and go without a trace like that? After a long, exhausting day, Emperor Zhongwen fell asleep on the dragon. Perhaps it was what you think about by day, you dream of by night. He hazily had several dreams. In the dream, in the royal court, all the civil and military officials, led by Grand Commandant Liu, forced him to kill his own child. Your Majesty, please make a decision. The little princess bears the mandate of heaven. Use the blood of the little princess to offer a sacrifice to the heavens. No, a mouthful of fresh blood spewed from Emperor Zhongwen's mouth. Emperor Zhongwen woke up, looking down at the striking red stain on his dragon robe. He frowned in frustration just because of a dream. He was so angry that he threw up blood. No, this might not just be a dream. Looking at his soundly sleeping daughter, what exactly did she see ... on Li Zong's body? At this moment, a black shadow placed a thick stack of documents on the imperial desk and vanished. It was the information the Jinwei had just collected. Opening the first page, Li Zong, an official of the Imperial Astronomy Bureau, a minor 6th rank Ling Lang, responsible for observing and recording celestial phenomena, transferred up from Dashi village, Songshan town, half a month ago. The second page detailed the in-laws of Li Zong's daughter. Li Zong's only daughter was named Li Cici. She married a scholar named Wang Ba. Wang Ba's father died early, and the clan members seized their family's land. The mother and son lived in extreme poverty. Fortunately, Wang Ba was ambitious and passed the county exam to become a shukai at the age of 14. He was a renowned child prodigy in the 10 miles around. However, his path to officialdom stopped there. After that, he participated in the provincial exams several times but failed each time. Wang Ba's mother was getting old, and years of hard labor had left her riddled with illness, unable to support his further studies. In order to continue his studies, Wang Ba proposed marriage to Li Zong, asking to marry Li Zong's only daughter, Li Cici. Li Zong recognized Wang Ba's scholarly knowledge. Not only did he marry his only daughter to him, but he also gave his son-in-law all his experience and connections. After Wang Ba passed the provincial exam and became a juror last year, he changed. Wang Ba started making things difficult for Li Cici in every way. Even now, he is constantly using the excuse that his wife hasn't had a son in 3 years. To try to divorce Li Cici. Li Zong disagreed with the divorce. Wang Ba to remember that his daughter had helped him a lot with his studies over the years, and asked to change the divorce paper into a mutual separation agreement. But Wang Ba refused. The information presented on the surface looks very normal. Li Zong truly wants his daughter to return home. Emperor Zhongwen tapped his fingers on the desk. It was a habit he had cultivated for years, but the result was that this tapping woke me up. I want to eat. A flash of inspiration, he could ask his daughter, Li Zong's son-in-law, shameless, using his father-in-law's connections. And after becoming a Jurin, actually wants to divorce his wife. Let him be arrogant. Let's annul this Jurin title. He gives him power to be arrogant. Let him be. The bright moon shines on the great river. A modern quote. No, wait. No, wait, Imperial father. Li Zong's son-in-law is a good person. He doesn't want to divorce his wife. It's just an act to cooperate with his father-in-law. The local magistrate is also a good person. They are all just acting along with Li Zong, Imperial father. You really need to reflect on this. Look at your loyal officials. Besides the Prime Minister, are there any others? For the local officials wanting to send you some useful information, they have to put on such an exhausting act. As expected, having a daughter is the best. With just a few words, she solved his doubt. Call the wet nurse to take her and feed her. Emperor Zhongwen recalled. that during recent morning courts, someone had indeed brought up the weather, but every time he wanted to ask for details, he would be interrupted by the Liu family members using some more urgent matter as it seems the Liu family has already started making their move. The Liu family wants to use natural disasters to create a pretext for rebellion. Liu Zi, to become the new emperor, doesn't even care about the lives of the common people. While Emperor Zhongwen was thinking about how to bring down the Liu family, a man in black suddenly appeared in the center of the hall. Speak. Reporting to your majesty, the empress and eunuch Yuan are in the bedchamber. Later, Emperor Zhongwen appeared outside the empress's Jingren palace, holding his little daughter. He had struggled with it for a long time and finally braced himself to bring his daughter here. He was a bit paranoid now without his daughter. He felt uneasy doing anything. Although catching an adulterer is a bit dirty, he still brought his daughter along. Imperial father, I'm so sleepy. Why did you bring me out in the middle of the night? Emperor Zhongwen seemed to be talking to himself. My little lucky star, you were born bringing good fortune. So, no matter what I do, I must hold you. Then I will work harder to be the emperor's little lucky treasure, to bless imperial father with a long life. May the nation prosper. Hearing these auspicious words from his daughter, Emperor Zhongwen's originally tense body gradually relaxed. I will. The difficulties will pass tomorrow. Taking a deep breath, Emperor Zhongwen kicked open the main door of the empress's bedchamber and strode in. Smash everything for me. Emperor Zhongwen had made up his mind. Today he would catch the adulterers first, then deal with the Liu family. He needed to cut the Gordian knot. Deal with the empress first. Once the Liu family matters or the rebellion are resolved, then they will be worth his careful attention. Don't smash it. It's such a pity. This is all money. We'll need a lot of money for disaster relief later. Thinking about it, it was true. He quickly ordered them to stop. Smash it cleanly. Otherwise, it won't relieve the hatred in his heart. The emperor, holding his little daughter, sat in the chamber for the empress and eunuch Yuan to be brought up. Imperial father, as the saying goes, if you want a good life, many comforting words automatically appeared in my mind. Unfortunately, I'm too young. I can't comfort his broken heart. Emperor Zhongwen tightly hugged the daughter in his heart broken by his original wife was softened by his daughter's pure and tender love. He maintained this good mood until the empress and eunuch Yuan were escorted in. I felt imperial father holding me. His body gradually tensed up, and his breathing became unsteady. Imperial father, you can't be like this. The angrier you get, the more proud the empress will be. You have to act like you don't care. The more indifferent you act, the more frantic the empress will be. This is my area of expertise. Since things have come to this, Emperor Zhongwen also didn't want to argue with the empress. Was it your good father's plan for the grand commandant and the crown prince ? How could he do it for the grand commandant? Don't speak yet. Your father didn't do it just to be a grand commandant . He intends to usurp the throne. Bring her in. Before long, the empress saw a woman beaten beyond recognition being dragged into the hall. The empress's eyes were filled with heartache. Tai Wei had been serving by her side since she was very young. She was the clumsiest of all her maids, but also the one she trusted the most. The empress screamed at Emperor Zhongwen. Emperor Zhongwen ignored the empress. Tai Wei, tell the empress exactly what your good master had you do. The empress suddenly had a bad premonition. Miss ... I'm sorry. This slave has let you down ... When Kai Wei called her miss, the empress was stunned. Calling her miss ... Was she hoping to appeal to their past bond? No matter how foolish the empress was, she knew now that things were not simple. Speak, how did you let me down? Master gave this slave a handkerchief. ... saying it was from madam. Not long after the handkerchief was given to the crown prince ... The crown prince passed away ... Why didn't you tell me? Don't. Did you know about this? The second prince saw the handkerchief was a pretty color and asked for it. Soon after taking it, the second prince also fell ill and died. The empress swayed on her feet, as if her memory was pulled back to that painful time. She remembered that indeed, many people in her palace had fallen ill at that time. The empress remained silent for a long time. She wiped away her tears. This concubine pleads guilty. This concubine has a request. I hope your majesty, seeing that we were husband and wife. We agree. Emperor Zhongwen looked at the empress and nodded. Emperor Zhongwen carried the sleeping me back to the Qiandang Hall. He needed to wait for news. 2/4 of an hour later, Eunuch Xi led the commander of the Imperial Guards, into the
Your
hall. Your Majesty, Liu Zi's entire family has been imprisoned in the heavenly prison. Did Liu Zi resist? No. This subject led the troops and caught them completely off guard. We didn't give him any time to react at all. Good. Eunuch Xi, reward the commander with 200 taels of silver. Thank you, Your Majesty. I never expected catching rebels to be so easy. His daughter is indeed a lucky star. Emperor Zhongwen shouted to the empty air. Jinyue. 3 men in black jumped out from 3 different directions in the hall. This servant Han Shinner is here. This servant Han Ren is here. This servant Bingshu is here. Your rest time is over. Then you go. Lead men to bring back. Double quotes ... including his daughter and son-in-law. Bring along Imperial Physician Li to treat Wang Ba's mother. This servant obeys. In a certain civilian house in the countryside, Wang Ba looked at the suddenly appearing men in black, his heart tightening. Wang Ba was filled with sorrow. Come on, do it. I, Wang Ba, am not afraid of you. The Emperor sent us to protect your family. Heard your mother is sick. Your mother is sick. Your whole family is sick. This is Imperial Physician Li from the palace specifically arranged for him to treat your mother's illness. So touching. He kowtowed several times in the direction of the Imperial Palace until his forehead bled before standing up. A two-way devotion between sovereign and subject. Wang Ba's days of panic gradually subsided. Back in the Imperial City, Emperor Zhongwen's thunderous methods in handling the Liu family's rebellion indeed deterred many restless people in the court. In the following days, during morning court, the officials' work attitude and efficiency visibly increased. Emperor Zhongwen was extremely satisfied. This day after court, Emperor Zhongwen walked towards Consort Chu's Chuhua Palace as usual. He was going to see his little daughter. Following Eunuch Ji's announcement, the Emperor arrives. Consort Chu came out to welcome him with the 2 princesses. This concubine greets your majesty. Rise. Were the princesses fussy today? No. Both children are very good. The elder princess loves to sleep. It's just that the little princess is a bit mischievous. Emperor Zhongwen spoke as he went to look at. The elder daughter who had turned a tiny bit, he had looked. The Imperial physician said everything was normal for babies to sleep a lot. Daddy, you're finally here. Where are you taking me to play today? Sighing inwardly, only the Emperor can fake it so well. If anyone else could hear their daughter's inner voice, they would have been exposed instantly. If the Emperor hadn't told her that he could hear it too, she wouldn't have noticed at all. Consort Chu sighed. No wonder he is the Emperor with this level of composure. Ordinary people could never learn it. Consort Chu watched the Emperor carry the little princess to the Imperial Garden for a walk. Then she looked at the still sleeping elder daughter. Thanks to the little princess, Consort Chu had been living very comfortably lately. Seeing there wasn't much wine in the courtyard, she also wanted to go out for some fresh air. Feeling a rare moment of leisure, Consort Chu didn't let the maids and eunuchs follow, and strolled slowly along the path alone. A strange sound. Came from behind Consort Chu. Her body stiffened, feeling a pair of cold hands wrap around her neck. Consort Chu always knew that these deep palace walls hid some dirty and dark things, but she never expected that in broad daylight these things would dare to come out and harm people. Consort Chu was so scared her whole body trembled, and her teeth chattered as she said, Whoever harmed you, go find them, At the same time, the elder princess, who was originally in the cradle, suddenly opened her eyes. She turned her head to look in the direction Consort Chu had left. Her originally numb face showed a very impatient expression. So annoying. That little chatterbox was carried away. Finally, I can have some peace and quiet. Now there's a female ghost annoying her. Originally, having her inner voice eavesdropped on was annoying enough. So to avoid being eavesdropped on, she had no choice but to holding it in for so many days. Once the floodgates of the elder princess's inner world opened, it couldn't be stopped. Blah blah blah. She ranted a bunch before remembering that her mother in this life seemed to still be chased by a ghost. The baby in the cradle moved her hands and feet, silently climbing out of the cradle like an animal. She crawled towards Consort Chu's location at a very fast speed. The elder princess curled her lip. Actually, being chased by a ghost is also good exercise for ladies of noble family. Look how happily her mother and the ghost are playing. Running, jumping, yelling, and shouting. The elder princess predicted her mother would definitely sleep well tonight. The elder princess saw that the female ghost meant no harm, and could also let her mother get some good exercise. Quite good. So she slowly crawled back. Because she failed her tribulation and was struck by lightning into this world. Her remaining meager magic power would decrease with every use. It must be saved for saving lives. I really can't run anymore. Consort Chu simply lay on the ground, motionless. She had never run so fast in her life, nor had she ever lain on the ground like this, waiting for death. Consort Chu turned her head to look at the sky. So the sky is this blue from this angle. What a pity she might not be able to see it again. A little maid suddenly let out a scream. Consort Chu's consciousness hadn't reacted yet. Your Highness, Oh, this servant thought supernatural and bizarre matters. Even if Consort Shu was foolish, she couldn't tell anyone, but she was truly terrified. That night, Consort Shu had someone bring both daughters over. Anyway, her bed was big. Adding two children wouldn't make it crowded. Because it was hot, the two children inside the bed canopy only wore small Judas belly bands. Consort Shu poked this one for a bit, then poked that one for a bit, playing quite happily. You two don't look alike either. Eldest. You are way too dark. I don't know if you'll ever get fairer in the future. If you stay this dark forever, it will be hard to find a good husband's family. Second-born. You are quite fair and clean. Your little face is pretty too, but look at these hands and feet growing so big. And the color ... It won't be. When you two grow up, where am I supposed to find husbands for you? Consort Shu chatted and rambled a lot to her two daughters. The mother and daughters unknowingly fell asleep like this. After about 2 chicken 4 hours, Consort Shu felt wetness on her body, touching it with her right hand. The princesses swept the bed. Come change the princess's clothes. Where is everyone? Is no one on night duty today? As if thinking of something, Consort Shu's body violently stiffened. That familiar feeling was back. Consort Shu looked down at the color of her clothes, her pupils instantly dilated, bright red. She was wearing a crescent white inner garment before sleeping. Female ghost. Is it you? What exactly do you want? I told you. I have never harmed anyone. Let me tell you. You can bully me. But my two children are princesses of the Tianqi dynasty. They have human imperial blood in their veins. Ghosts will perish if they touch dragon aura. Don't you dare target them. Consort Shu regretted it so much. Why was she so stupid? Why didn't I think of that? What should I do? What should I do? The female ghost waved her hand. Consort Shu saw her vision blur, and her body floated up. Consort Shu looked down and saw a maid carrying clothes walking from afar. When the maid got closer, Consort Shu was surprised to find ... Isn't this the female ghost? Consort Shu gritted her teeth. She knew it wasn't her who harmed her. The maid pushed open the doors of the supposedly empty bedchamber. What caught her eye was clothes scattered all over the floor. As the maid responsible for the Empress's clothing, she recognized at a glance that the clothes on the floor were the Empress's inner garments, along with the eunuch's uniform. The sound of the door opening startled the two people engaged in intense battle inside. The Empress ran out barefoot. Following her was the head eunuch serving beside the Emperor. Consort Shu, floating in the sky, tightly covered her mouth. This is too outrageous. Is the Empress blind? Choosing eunuch Yuan. No wonder the Liu family fell. So it was. Consort Shu twisted and crawled darkly in the sky. Damn it. Knowing such huge gossip, but having no one to share it with. This is torture. This kind of frustration actually made Consort Shu forget her fear. When the female ghost's face appeared in front of her, Consort Shu was stunned. She had truly forgotten about the female ghost. A sentence automatically popped into her head. Blood tears flowed down the female ghost's pale face, looking both pitiful and terrifying. Consort Shu gathered her courage and asked cautiously, "The Empress has already..." "You can rest in peace." The female ghost shook her head. Consort Shu could only guess. "Do you have unfinished business?" The female ghost nodded. Consort Shu really wanted to slap herself. Why did she have to open her mouth? You can't talk either ... Before Consort Shu's eyes, the scene shifted to a maid's sleeping quarters. A 2-person room layout, but only one maid was inside. She was holding a mirror, shedding tears. "Where are you ... No news at all ... Father and mother miss you so much. Still no news of you ... The female ghost cried to lines of blood tears again. She is your ... You want me to find this maid? I hate using my brain for these little things. Consort Shu didn't guess anymore and chose to remain silent. When Consort Shu was silent, the female ghost looking at the bloody water that had already submerged her ankles. Consort Shu compromised. Stop crying. I know. Find her, tell her, then send her out of the palace. Chose to enter the palace as a maid. The female Consort Shu suddenly perhaps Entertainer had become a mother. Outsiders, Consort Shu's maternal instinct had been risen very strongly. The Emperor visited Shukyo Palace every day to see the princess after that, still thinking of her sister and the sister in order to find her older sister. One child must be sent away. The closer she got to the two children over this month, the more her heart ached. One person and one ghost just cried loudly like that, ignoring everything else. There were strange noises in my ear, sometimes wailing, sometimes sobbing. Opening my eyes, there was a dark, blurry blob ... Floating above, my head. Reflexively, I stretched out my little just right, my left foot, the one that had been dipped in mango soup, touched that black blob. In a daze, I seemed to hear an "oh." Consort Shu sat blankly on the bed, looking down at the color of her nightgown, white. Then she touched her face with her hand. It was wet with tears. The female ghost really seemed to be gone this time. Her heart felt empty. Consort Shu's tears, like pearls from a broken string, fell drop by drop. Mother is crying. She is crying so sadly. Seeing you cry makes my heart. Seeing my usually bright and beautiful mother crying like this, my heart felt sour. The baby's body also started crying loudly. Wah. Mother and daughters are connected. The elder princess also started crying loudly on the bed. Consort Shu picked up the two children, and the mother and daughters cried their hearts out on the bed. The commotion was just big. It alarmed the servants keeping watch outside, but Consort Shu didn't call for anyone to enter and serve, so the people outside could only worry anxiously. A clever eunuch rolled his eyes and ran towards the emperor's bedchamber. Not long after, the emperor appeared in Chuhua Palace. Emperor Zhongwen looked at the crying mother and daughters on the bed, and couldn't help but be moved. He knew without thinking why Consort Shu was crying. He had also been pondering the matter of same-sex twins bringing bad luck recently. Actually, this was a royal secret. An empress once gave birth to twin princes. Following the rule of establishing the eldest as heir, she didn't use the younger brother, and the older brother became the family banquet. The younger brother imprisoned the older brother, and took his place as the emperor. From then on, Tianji had the rule that for same-sex twins, only one could remain in the palace. Though it's called being exiled to the bitter cold frontier never to marry or have children, in reality, the sent-away child rarely survives. Emperor Zhongwen walked up and used his broad arms to embrace the mother and two daughters. Consort Shu, don't cry, we promise. Neither of the two children will be sent away. Hearing the emperor's words, Consort Shu looked up with tearful eyes. Is what your majesty says true? Consort Shu's eyes were red and swollen from crying. Emperor Zhongwen released his arms around the three of them, and even took a step back. If a snot bubble that big popped, the splatter area would be huge. Although he had already tasted a man's saliva and been soaked in a baby's urine ... He currently didn't want to unlock the achievement of having a concubine's not on the emperor. Why are you hiding so far away? Ah, the snot bubble popped. Your big snot splattered all over me and my sister's faces. Mother, you're so dirty. I couldn't help but cover my face with my hands and feet. The elder princess also kept rubbing her face against the swaddling blanket. With this, Consort Shu was having trouble holding the two children. Seeing this, Emperor Zhongwen quickly stepped forward to take the little princess, letting Consort Shu hold the elder princess alone. Your majesty, can I really keep them? Rest assured, when has we ever spoken falsely? Your majesty, you are truly so good ... To this concubine, the palace servants came in to feed the two princesses and brought new swaddling Consort Shu also pitied herself up. She saw Emperor Zhongwen still hadn't left. Consort Shu's little face flushed red. This concubine is still in her confinement period ... and cannot serve you. Neither of the adults noticed the two babies simultaneously rolling their eyes hard. The news that the emperor stayed overnight at Chuhua Palace ... quickly spread to every corner of the palace. Many people guessed whether Consort Shu would rise in status because of her daughters and be crowned empress. The concubines in the harem were all red-eyed with jealousy. The maids and eunuchs, however, were very clear-headed. Errands involving Chuhua Palace must be handled with the utmost dedication. Consort Shu is currently favored and cannot be offended. With the emperor and her children sleeping beside her, Consort Shu slept very well. She even had a very good dream in the middle of the night. In the dream, Consort Shu saw that maid again. But this time, the maid's face was peaceful. She was taking a bowl handed to her by an old woman. Consort Shu saw that it was a bowl of soup. A bowl of green ... soup. It was the same green as the birthmarks on her daughter's hands before drinking the soup. The maid also saw Consort Shu. She quickly put the bowl aside and counted out 3 times in Consort Shu's direction. So she went to reincarnate. That's good. I hope in your next life, you go to a place where you can be your own master. Consort Shu sincerely blessed her. With a faint smile on her lips, Consort Shu opened her eyes. She reached out to touch the side, and sure enough, it was already empty, and the emperor were gone. But before Consort Shu could feel disappointed, a familiar voice came to her ears. Silly girl, what time is it? Many times she had woken up to see her mother scolding her beside her, but right when she reached out to hug her mother, she would grasp empty air. This time, Consort Shu went to hug her mother again. It's real. Silly child, done single quotes, mother is here this time, and won't leave. Really? That's wonderful, mother. Let me tell you, I have so many things to tell you. Consort Shu talked with her mother for the entire morning. She wasn't afraid of walls having ears. She was the favored concubine now. These little things didn't count for anything. Consort Chu was determined to comfortable days pass by. Under the careful care of their mother and grandmother, the two princesses reached their full month. As early as half a month ago, Emperor Donghua had been preparing for his two daughters' 1-month celebration banquet on the 6th day of the 5th month. It was the princesses' 1-month anniversary. The two princesses ate well, slept well, and were raised to be chubby. It's just that the elder princess was still quite dark. The little princess wore long clothes to cover the birthmarks on her hands and feet. Early in the morning, Donghua Palace was incredibly busy. There were many people today. Consort Chu's mother, Madame Su, the wife of Marquis Jiang Yi, instructed her daughter, rest assured, keep them by your side, ... Double quotes, ... No one will be so tactless. Consort Chu was very clear in her to princesses, not princes. No matter how jealous others were, they wouldn't make a move while their mother and daughter's supreme favor hadn't passed. Your Highness, the palace banquet is about to begin. The emperor invites you and the princesses to the great hall. Carry them. Along the way, hearing many congratulations, Consort Chu carried the child into the Xinlu Hall. The emperor stepped down from the high platform and took the little princess. Consort Chu took the elder princess. For today's banquet, the imperial clan, the various princes and marquises, the their titles military all invited. The emperor and Consort Chu, each holding a princess, stood on the high platform to receive congratulations. We are joyful to have gained the princesses. Starting today, Tianqi will open the granaries to distribute grain and reduce taxes and levies. Emperor Donghua was like someone whose Ren and Du meridians had been opened for the common people ... It can also accumulate merit for the princesses. When heaven places a great responsibility on ... heaven's envoy ... Let for 1,000 autumns and 10,000 generations. Long life. Today is the princess's full month. We bestow names upon them. The elder princess, Lin Yuchu, joyful and carefree, like the rising sun. Princess Chuyang. The little princess is named Linden, starlight, radiant, fresh and lovely. Princess Xingyao.
太监总管喜公公站在高台之上大喊开席，原本气氛正好，但总是会有不合时宜的声音响起来。
Your Majesty, Tianqi has an ... ancestral one of a same-sex twin must be sent out of the palace. This subject makes bold to ask, which princess will your majesty send out of the palace? Whenever this was brought up, no one dared to raise their heads to look. So no one saw that. Consort Chu's face showed no anxiety at all. Instead, she even had the mood to adjust the little princess's clothes. She trusts the emperor. What the emperor promised, he will definitely fulfill. Emperor Donghua knew that sooner or later someone would bring up the two princesses, rather than letting others bring it up. It's better to do it himself. Ancestral rules are not easily broken, so the person asking this question below was someone Emperor Donghua had arranged beforehand. It was Emperor Donghwa's biggest supporter, Prime Minister Wu. Prime Minister Wu, you know it's an ancestral rule, but why must one of the twins be sent away? This subject does not know. It is for the stability of Tianqi, since we ascended the throne. If we don't send her away, do you have any objections? None. Although it was forced, everyone could see that this was most likely a staged act by the emperor and the prime minister. Who doesn't know the prime minister is on the emperor's side? Moreover, the emperor has been keen on confiscating properties lately. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague, not wanting to step on his toes. Something that would convince the entire court that the princesses were lucky stars happened immediately. The banquet, someone sitting near the window shouted loudly, "Dark clouds." The speaker's voice even trembled. Seeing the dark clouds, those elderly officials shed tears. Tianqi had not seen a drop of rain for several months. It was now early May. If the drought continued, crops couldn't be planted, and Tianqi would be in danger next year. Emperor Donghua strode quickly out of the great hall. At this time, the sky was filled with lightning and thunder, and strong winds blew all precursors to heavy rain. Heaven has the virtue of preserving life. Heaven sends auspicious signs, bestowing sweet dew to save the people. Being-sized raindrops fell to the ground.
像天倾泻一样的雨水从天而降，很快的，整个天气都被浓浓的雨幕遮盖，大地终于迎来了久违的雨水。
Long-awaited rain. Fall a bit more.
再多下一点，庄稼终于有救了。
Prime Minister Wu was the first to kneel, shouting loudly, "This is a gift from heaven for the princesses. Congratulations to your majesty for gaining lucky treasures. Congratulations to your majesty." No one noticed that the elder princess held by the wet nurse opened her little mouth. As quickly as the law commands, gather, and just like that, the heavy rain poured from morning until evening. This heavy rain cemented the two princesses' identity as lucky stars. This heavy rain temporarily relieved Tianqi's drug crisis. At Donghua Palace, Imperial Father, it's so boring. I've had enough of walking around the Imperial Garden. Consort Chu held the sleeping elder princess, while Emperor Donghua held the little princess who was blowing bubbles. Although both could hear the little princess's inner voice, Emperor Donghua had clearly stated that they must keep it a secret from their daughter. If their daughter found out her thoughts were being eavesdropped on, she might stop talking in her mind, and that would be bad. So their conversation also played along with their daughter's inner voice. Consort you. Do you want to go out? We want to go out of the palace to take a look, to observe the people's condition. Yes, agree quickly. Imperial father, I really want to go out for a walk. Oh, right. It's been a long time since I saw the Prime Minister's straight man son. That big brother has shimmering golden light of merit around him. I even promised to find him a match, Your Majesty. How about we visit the Prime Minister's house? At the princess's one-month banquet, it was all thanks to the Prime Minister that the two little princesses could stay so smoothly. Then let's visit the Prime Minister's house. We also promised to find a match for his son, at the Prime Minister's residence. Didn't you say the Emperor is coming to our house? He said he wants to observe the people's condition, to see how the commoners' lives are going after the rain. So what does that have to do with me? Right. The Emperor specifically named you too. So these next few days, you better stay obediently at home before we could reply. The steward of the Prime Minister's residence respectfully let a few people in. Seeing the visitors, the Prime Minister was about to kneel, but the Emperor in plain clothes shook his head. I am just a commoner now. How can I let the Prime Minister kneel? Call me Master Lin. Greetings, Master Lin, Madam Lin. Emperor ... Everyone, no need for formality. Coming out of the palace this time, I want to see how the people of Tianqiu are living. Prime Minister Wu, you are too old, and many people recognize you. Let Wu Yi and Wu Qing accompany us. Take them to play. Wu Yi was very happy to hear this. His old man always said he was idle. He couldn't say that this time, could he? No problem, Master Lin. There's no place in this entire capital city that Wu Yi Don single no, it's not the capital. It's outside the capital. This time they traveled in disguise. The Emperor and Wu Yi rode horses, while Consort Shu and Wu Qing, the two wet nurses, each held a princess. And the female relatives rode in a carriage. When leaving the Prime Minister's residence, the elder princess, who had been quiet, suddenly struggled towards the stone lions at the gate. Consort Shu thought she liked looking at them, so she deliberately carried her over and let the elder princess touch them. But then something jaw-dropping happened. The elder princess just gave a gentle push, and a large blue stone lion in front of the Prime Minister's residence fell over. The stone lion hit the ground with a loud crash. Wu Yi, I told you long ago not to be so frugal. The Grand Prime Minister's residence looks so shabby. Putting a fake stone lion at the door is so embarrassing. Someone come. Later, send a pair of white marble lions to Prime Minister Wu's residence. Your Majesty, do you even hear what you're saying? Could a fake stone lion crush a pit into the bluestone pavement? That's good too. Emperor Zhongwen said that and led the group away. He knew it. The little daughter's abilities are not small, and the elder daughter couldn't be an ordinary person. He didn't understand. The elder daughter had been quietly sleeping for over a month. Why did she suddenly want to push over the Prime Minister's stone lion? Did she hold a grudge against the lion in the study of the Prime Minister's residence? Prime Minister will look at the yellow talisman paper the steward placed on the table. Meant to harm people. Prime Minister, this servant asked ... the master. The steward hesitated, afraid to speak. What did the master say? Cursed to be without descendant. What? ... Say it again. Smoke seemed to be coming out of Prime Minister Wu's head. No wonder his son and daughter couldn't find matches. Without a match, they couldn't marry, and how could they have children? Isn't this cutting off his family line? Prime Minister Wu found a very reasonable excuse ... for his son and daughter not being able to find matches. The master ... said this talisman is very vicious. Those targeted by this talisman, any children born to them ... would not live past 1 year old. And willing to give up, Prime Minister Wu asked the steward again. Is this related to the young masters? ... inability to find a match. The master's heart disease is that these two older children at home won't marry. The master said, if there's someone in the residence cursed to have their lineage cut off, the talisman paper ... would turn black. Prime Minister will look at the yellowish talisman paper. His anger subsiding completely. The problem of not finding a match still lies with those two unlucky children themselves. Got it. He dismissed the steward. This matter cannot be kept hidden. Presumably, the Emperor already knows. After all, this talisman paper was found by the elder princess. Secondly, who wants to harm his Wu family? There are not many families that could act so flawlessly. Excluding those whose properties were recently confiscated. Only the General of the North, the Marquis of Jiangwo, and Prince Gong are there left. Might be others, but intuition tells him the culprit is among these families. Prime Minister Wu tapped the table, deep in thought. On the disguised travel group side, we had already let the Emperor and the others out of the city. Emperor Zhongwen entrusted the court affairs to Prime Minister Wu for this trip. He could be out for about half a month. So there. ... group didn't stop after leaving the city and kept heading north. Before the rain, the drought in the north was the most severe. Emperor Zhongwen wanted to go there and take a look this time. We've been traveling for half a day. Should we let the madams out to rest? Yes, please. I want to get out and get some fresh air. The little brother is so thoughtful. Such a good little brother. I will definitely find you a good wife. Emperor Zhongwen heard his daughter speak. Of course, he had to agree.
夫人，
Get off the carriage and rest.
活动活动身体。
宗文帝亲自扶着淑妃下马车，再去接孩子。
The two acted just like an ordinary commoner couple. Consort Shu smiled gently. Husband, you've worked hard. Riding must be tiring.
不累。
It's a rare chance to come out. Watch out for the wind and sand. A group of merchants passing by kicked up a lot of dust. Seeing this, the wet nurses were afraid the dust would choke the children and quickly carried the princesses onto the carriage. Consort Shu still choked on the dust. Coughing incessantly, after the carriages passed, a young man who wasn't tall but looked handsome turned back from the front.
小圆脸，怎么是你？
无一惊讶，这个家伙怎么在这儿？
My family has a batch of goods to deliver to Shanking County. It's urgent, so I had to do it myself. The one called Little Round Face was Wu Yi's classmate named Siliuan. He is 19 this year, 1 year younger than Wu Yi, and also unmarried. Wu Yi was considered an older bachelor at the academy. The two were often mocked as the bachelor duo. The golden light of merit on this round-faced brother is even brighter than Wu Yi's. Furious. Quick, let me see.
无意上下打量着自己的同窗。
You in this plain cloth looks even rounder and ... So Yuan curled his lip. I'm going to the county town to deliver goods. Can I wear brocade clothes? Truly a young master who doesn't know the hardships of the common people. Wu Yi, where are you guys going? We are also going to Shanking County. Emperor Zhongwen answered for him. His daughter wanted to touch the man, but he had to find a suitable reason. Since we're on the same path, let's travel together. Wu Yi had doubts, but he dared not contradict the emperor's words. Just like that, the disguised royal travel group joined the Su family's caravan. Along the way, Wu Yi was very happy. The little round face he mentioned was very outgoing and could catch whatever Wu Yi said. However, the closer they got to Shanking County, the more nervous Su Liyuan became. The one talking more became Wu Yi instead. Are you stupid? I shouldn't be telling you these things, but if I don't, I'm afraid you'll cause trouble. What's the matter that I can't know? Emperor Zhongwen's interest was also piqued. Isn't your father the prime minister? Shanking County recently got a new magistrate. He's a bit. Wu Yi understood perfectly. There's definitely something fishy going on in Shanking County. Brother Su was afraid of causing trouble for his father. Normally he would be afraid to. But things are different now. Who is this sitting next to him? The emperor. What is he afraid of? Let's ride on the emperor's coattails for a bit. Brother Su, speak your mind boldly. If anything happens, this young master will cover for you. Idiot. I'm just afraid someone like you can't handle it, and will blow things out of proportion, harming innocent people. The Shanking County magistrate's son is violent and moody. As long as we avoid him, we'll be fine. My people have already investigated Jiang Shuang's whereabouts in advance. He went fishing in the west today. If we enter the county from the east, we won't run into him. So arrogant. Before going to Shanking County, you have to find out his itinerary first.
然后绕着走。
Don't tell me you don't believe it. When his father was transferred here 2 months ago, he hosted a banquet. Guess what happened? The local wealthy merchants, more than half of them were carried out severely injured. Those who came out said, that magistrate Zhang dotes on his son exceedingly. At the dining table, Zhang Chuanzi felt the wealthy merchants looked down on him and his father. Feeling insulted, he directly stabbed a chopstick into the thigh of the person next to him, almost ending his family line. The other wealthy merchants were terrified. He ordered armed guards to suppress them. Forced the wealthy merchants to kneel in the middle of the hall and line them up for Zhang Chuanzi to beat. It was only when Zhang Chuanzi got tired of beating them that he let the wealthy merchants leave. A county magistrate dared to be so ... Did no one report this to the superiors? This person's identity is extraordinary. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? But nothing happened to the county magistrate. He continued to be the parents' official. Gradually, the wealthy merchants realized the county magistrate's background is not connections above. That's why he dares to be so reckless. Hearing Su Liyuan's words, Emperor Zhongwen ... said very seriously. I really wanted ...
张楚，看看他能狂成什么样子。
Double quote ... See, the group stopped and went, and within half a day, they arrived at Shanking County. The long journey was quite exhausting for everyone. It was exactly lunchtime.
各位，这山清县我也来过几次，知道有家餐馆干净又卫生。中午我做东，咱们一起试试。
等微服组看到苏六安说的干净又卫生的餐馆时，惊讶了。
Rather, Su ... Come in. Don't judge the shop by its size. The taste is quite good. Their cold wild vegetables ... are the best. Wu Yi didn't care where he ate. But could Master Lin accept this? Calling this a restaurant was a stretch. It was just a mud shack with a few dilapidated tables inside. Emperor Zhongwen looked inside and saw it was indeed full of people. He took the lead and walked in. I think it's quite good. Seeing him go in, everyone followed him inside. The group found a corner, sat down, and waited for the food to be served.
你们觉不觉得他们总是看着我？
Emperor Donghua asked everyone softly, "Why do I feel like everyone is looking at us?" Having just woken up, I opened my big round eyes and my inner voice automatically entered complaining mode. How could they not look at you? Look at what everyone else is wearing. Tattered and torn clothes. And what are you guys wearing? Imperial father. Look at how everyone else is sitting, hearing his daughter's inner voice. Emperor Donghua and consort Shu indeed observed their surroundings carefully. It really was the clothes they were wearing. Although they were coarse cloth garments, they were washed clean and had no patches. They also sat with their backs straight and perfectly upright. It didn't look like they were here to eat, but rather like they were attending morning smiled. Master. Emperor Donghua loosened his posture, slumping a bit, and rested his hands casually on the table. These are wild vegetables that just sprouted after the heavy rain a few days ago. They are very tender. Please try some. Su Liyuan explained, Emperor Donghua had eaten all kinds of delicacies in the palace, but he had truly never eaten such fresh wild vegetables. A plate was filled with ... washed wild vegetables. Beside it was a bowl of egg sauce. Su Liyuan saw Master Lin looking at it without picking up his chopsticks, and this noble doesn't know how to eat it. Master Lin, eat it like this. Eating it like this is very appetizing. Imperial father, let me smell the aroma too. He took the little princess from me, holding the child with one hand while eating with the other. Delicious. Emperor Donghua was eating happily. Boss, bring everyone a plate of meat. An old man next to them cheerfully brought his wine bowl to Master Lin's side. As soon as you walked in, we kept our eyes on you. I thought, people wearing such nice clothes must be ... unlikely to come in. I didn't expect you not only came in, but also treated everyone to meat. This old man was quite familiar. While speaking, he slapped Emperor Donghua on the shoulder. This slap scared Wei so much his legs went soft, almost making him Emperor Donghua wasn't angry. Instead, he became happier. Boss, bring more. I'm happy today. Put everyone's bill on my tab. It's my treat. Emperor Donghua was truly happy. The simple and honest nature of the common people, without any exchange of interest. This was the first time since becoming an adult that Emperor Donghua had eaten and drunk so relaxedly. She was also seeing the emperor like this for the first time. Just as the atmosphere was getting lively, a group of people arrived at the door. The leader strode into the restaurant. Oh ho, do you all have a death wish? Who let you laugh so loudly? The restaurant owner and all the diners eating in the shop saw the newcomers and all knelt down to beg for mercy. Why aren't you kneeling yet? Unable to bear seeing this outsider suffer, the old man gently pulled the corner of Emperor Donghwa's clothes and whispered, "Kneel down quickly." Seeing the situation, the restaurant owner quickly crawled to Master Wang, took out a small piece of silver from his pocket, and handed it over. Master Wang glanced at the group of people standing still, took the silver, and then backhanded a slap. What is this? You think this little bit of money can dismiss us? Get lost. Then he looked provocatively at Emperor Donghua. Emperor Donghua wasn't going to hold back about to strike. Su Liyuan beside him, quick-eyed and quick-handed, held down Emperor Donghwa's rising hand and whispered, "Pardon me." Then quickly took out 10 taels of silver from his own pocket. Master Wang, please calm your anger, sir. We are just passing through. Please be magnanimous. This little bit of money is for the brothers to have a drink. Master Wang tossed the money up and down in his hand, then left cursing and swearing. Before leaving, he even spat in Emperor Donghwa's direction. Emperor Donghua watched the departing people, memorizing all their faces in his mind. The restaurant owner and the diners only dared to stand up after that group had gone far away. After getting up, everyone had lost their good mood. The owner bowed apologetically to Emperor Donghua. If you don't have other business, please leave. Thank you. Emperor Donghua looked at the glaring handprint on the owner's face, his anger churning within. Wu paid the owner some extra silver, and the group walked out of the restaurant. This is what I was afraid of, so I didn't dare take you to the big restaurants. I didn't expect that even hiding in this kind of place, we'd still be targeted. Su Liyuan, what exactly is going on? Explain it all at once. Don't make me anxious. Wu became anxious. Calling him by his full name meant he was truly angry. Sai, the way you guys are dressed, you look just like Fa Qi. You were definitely targeted as soon as you entered the county. Shanking County produces bluestone. Bluestone can be used to make tabletops, rockery, and stone lions. The capital has many wealthy households, and this place is close to the capital, making transportation convenient. Many stone merchants come here to buy bluestone. But after the Ni County magistrate took office, anyone who is a purchasing merchant, or anyone passing through who looks wealthy, every single one of them, upon entering Shanking County, will be detained by the government on various pretexts, until they pay enough security deposit to guarantee they won't cause trouble again before they are released. Crash! Emperor Donghua kicked over the wooden bucket in front of him. A security deposit.
保证金有点像保护费，交了保证金。
With this, we can freely enter and exit Shanking County, just like the restaurant owner said. If you have no other business, leave quickly. To avoid suffering a bigger loss, after finishing, Su Liyuan looked worriedly at the furious Wu Yi. He knew Wu Yi too well. He is single-minded, cannot tolerate sand in his eyes, and will stand up if something happens. He really was worried about leaving Wu Yi in Shanking County. Don't be angry. Since they have arrived, Shanking County will be fine. I believe in Imperial Father. We will give the common people justice. I want to see where this round-faced brother's merit came from. Great merit means he has saved many people. What happened? That could put so many people in danger at the same time. I want to see what's going on. Emperor Donghua thought about it. His daughter is right. He needs to figure this out. Is there some major crisis? Brother Su, please hold the little girl for me. I need to use the restroom. So this is how it is. I know. When Wu Yi's hand held Su Liyuan's hand, I clearly felt the round-faced brother's body stiffen significantly. And I also saw the tips of the round-faced brother's ears turn suspiciously red. No way, no way. Could the round-faced brother like Wu Yi? Just now, Wu Yi seemed to have said, ... they are the only two older bachelors in the academy. The moment Wu Yi bent over to return to his seat, Su Liyuan directly pushed the baby in his arms to Wu Yi. I don't really know how to hold a baby. You do it. After speaking, he turned and got on his horse. What's wrong with you? Always so rash. Luckily, I caught her. Otherwise, the child would have fallen to the ground. Emperor Donghua and consort Chu perked up their ears to eavesdrop. As experienced people, they wouldn't have noticed if their daughter hadn't mentioned it. Now thinking back on this journey, the little round face indeed acted a bit unusually towards Wu Yi, saying that the person holding me ... had changed to Wu Yi, and I couldn't touch the round-faced brother. Touching Wu Yi is the same. I struggled out of the swaddle and stretched my little green hand towards Wu Yi's smooth chin. Wu Yi looked down and met these green hands. Here we go again. Let me see if Wu Yi's super thin red string ... is connected to the round-faced brother. Yay! Found it. As expected, Wu Yi's red string is connected to the round-faced brother. No wonder the red string is so thin. So it's a same-sex love not accepted by society. Even in modern times, same-sex love is hard to accept. Let alone in ancient times where propriety and morality were paramount. I feel sorry for you guys. The golden light of merit on both of you is so bright. You are both great people. Why did you choose such a difficult path for yourselves? Emperor Donghua listened to his daughter's inner voice, feeling sorry for them. Daughter, didn't you forget to feel sorry for someone else? If Prime Minister Wen knew his only son liked men. Oh my god, he actually kinda wanted to see the Prime Minister's expression when he found out the truth. Emperor Donghua was startled by his own wicked sense of humor. Since when did he become so bored? Seeing his daughter starting to doze off again, Emperor Donghua stepped out from the side and simultaneously said to everyone, for the next few days, we will rest in Shanking County. Su Liyuan was surprised. Are you guys... looking for death? Living a good life isn't enough for you. Then you guys come with me. I've been here a few times after all. Our family also has shops in Shanking County. Just stay at the Su family grain store for these few days. At least I can keep an eye on you right under my nose. As long as it was in Shanking County, Emperor Donghua had no objection to where they stayed. Besides, he also wanted to see how Wu Yi interacted with Su Liyuan. The group settled down at the Su family grain store. In the evening, consort she took the children to the courtyard to enjoy the cool breeze. Su Liyuan, who had been busy all day, also came out of his room. I finally caught the main character. Could I trouble you to look after the child for me? My arm ... has been carrying her all day and is very sore. Because of some reasons, since childhood, he had few friends and would feel lonely. This time, my little green hand finally